Hi, this is Brad Linder with Liliputing, and this is the HP Envy X360 13, which is a thin and light laptop with an AMD Ryzen processor. It's available with the Ryzen 5 2500U or Ryzen 7 2700U. Has a 13.3-inch Full HD touchscreen display and a starting price of about $760. Goes on sale with Goes on sale in May of 2018, and it's available with up to a 4K display, although the entry-level model, again, has a 1080p screen. 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, USB Type-C 3.1, and full-size USB Type-A ports. It's a little bit dark, so it's kind of hard to see some of the ports. I'm going to try and zoom in on a couple of things here, though. We've got USB Type-A and headphone jacks here, as well as a power button on the side. Micro SD card slot over here. USB Type-C, USB Type-A, and a power jack, and volume button here on the side. It's called X360 because in addition to having a touchscreen display, it is also a convertible. And what that means is you can flip the screen back all the way, 360 degrees, use it in tablet or tent modes. I'll go all out tablet here for a second and show you that you can just go ahead and, it's upside down. Let's go ahead and flip the screen a little bit. Switch to tablet. We've got a touch-friendly user interface, and we can pick it up and hold it in one hand, which is a little bit harder to do when you're holding a camera in the other hand, but there you get an idea of what it looks like. So it's relatively thin and light. It's got HP's sort of new Damascus steel inspired etchings on the side here. Because it's black, it doesn't show up quite as well on this device as it does on a model with a silver gray design. So I'll show you what that looks like here on the HP Envy 13 non-convertible. But the convertible model with the X360 style design and the AMD Ryzen processors is relatively thin, relatively light, weighs about 2.9 pounds, measures about 0.6 inches thick, and makes for a nice little compact notebook that's relatively attractive and portable. Has thinner bezels, HP says, than some of the previous models, thinner on the sides, thinner on the top, but it still does have room on the top, you'll notice here, for a webcam, something that some other laptop makers seem to struggle to fit into the top bezel on their thin and light machines. We've got top firing Bang & Olufsen style speakers here and a backlit keyboard with adjustable lighting. You can, well, rather you can turn it on, you can turn it off. And in terms of the display, another thing that's kind of neat here is that it supports HP's SureView technology. And what that allows you to do is, say you're looking at a document and you don't want somebody to be able to read it over your shoulder, you turn that on, and suddenly the screen is difficult to view from that angle, but relatively easy to view straight on. So I can turn that off, and the screen's a little bit more vivid with it off, but with it on, it makes the screen difficult to read from over the side. So if you're working on secure business documents and other things. Now that's a feature that's been available on HP's Elite series of EliteBook computers for a while. It's now making its way to Envy, which is sort of their semi-premium. We'll go ahead and call it premium, but it's not quite as premium or expensive as the Spectre series of devices. So again, coming in May, starting at $760, AMD Ryzen processors up to a 4K display, AMD Radeon Vega graphics, and USB Type-C and Type-A ports, side volume button, convertible design. Another thing I should mention is that it also supports, if I grab a pen, it supports pen-style input. So let's go ahead and switch back to desktop mode here, and you'll see that I can hover over the screen and perform sort of different actions without actually touching the screen. If I was more of an artist, I would show you that you can also do pressure-sensitive input for writing and drawing and so forth. But overall, the hover action is the thing that I find most useful on devices with pen because it allows sort of precise input for mouse-like motions while using it with just touch, which can be a little bit trickier to do if you're not as comfortable using finger gestures like long press for right-click context menus. You can sort of do that sort of thing with a pen. So anyways, this is Brad Linder, Liliputing, the HP Envy X360 13 new model for 2018. And you can find more details about this laptop and HP's other new models for 2018, for spring of 2018, at liliputing.com.